Hello, it is the 11th of the 11th, 21, and I really want to do this video today because I love sacred geometry and I particularly love number sequences. So it being the 1111, I know that it is a powerful manifestation number, and it's a beautiful day now to, if you've got any manifestation or any desire or anything that you really want to come into your life, this is a powerful portal that has opened up for us. And so today I'm setting my intention to bring in beautiful light codes that is connected always to light source energy, that is of pure love and light. I also want to set my intention to clear my chakras. Since I last spoke to you, I told you about my Kundalini awakening, and I've been very fortunate. The Kundalini is still there. Like once a week, I'm able to sort of see it elevate from inside of me, and it does a really good clearing. So I feel very blessed that it hasn't disappeared, but it's a beautiful practice that I now integrate into my life at least once a week. I've also noticed that with this Kundalini, my dreams have become more vivid, and in particular I had a dream the other night because my mum passed away about 9 years ago, and sometimes I dream of her and it's a blurry, faded dream, but this one was just like high definition. Like it was, I don't even want to call it a dream because it was like I met her in the astral realm, in another dimension, and it was in real time 3D. Like I was using my senses. I could see her clearly, I could hear her, I could touch her. Like there was a sense of touch. And I just remember she appeared, we were at a family gathering, and I looked at her and I said, "What are you doing here?" And I went up to her and I hugged her, and she was a bit shorter than me, and her features were her 40-year-old self, so obviously she wanted to present herself in a younger version, but it was like looking at her like it was yesterday. And I took her by the hand because I knew that my father was in the next room, and I said, "Come, you have to come with me. I want you to see if you can touch Dad." But nobody else could see her, only I could. And I went up to him and I said, Mum's here, you have to just put your hand out." And I got her hand and I put it on top. And he was like, "Oh, what's going on?" Like he couldn't understand this sensation. And I said to my mum, "Just rub your shoulder against Dad's, just so he can feel the energy." And he was like, "Yeah, I can feel something, And then I just remember like being so happy, like she was there, and I was like crying with tears of joy, and we were hugging each other, like we were full on embracing. And then my daughter came from under us and sort of wanted to link and be like the three of us hugging. And my daughter said, "Oh, Nana, it's me, it's Vinny," and she looked at her, and I just remember my mum, and my daughter's a little bit shorter, so I just remember my mum looking down at her and acknowledging, "Oh, yes, I see you," and sort of just doing like, like the Kiwis, how they do that nose sort of nuzzle to say hello and I love you. And then the dream ended. Oh, well, I don't know if it's a dream, but the reality that I was in ended. And it was about 2:50 something in the morning, because I remember I looked at my phone and I just went, "Wow, that was amazing." Like I was just so happy because I don't dream of her often, but this one was just like so real. And I was just lying there going, "Wow, that was, I feel blessed." Like, if I could just have that once in a blue moon, that is enough for me, And so I went back to sleep, and then she showed herself again, and I thought, "Oh my gosh, I get 2 times to see her." But this time it was different. So I don't know if you've ever had a dream where you dream yourself in the bed and being in the bed, like it becomes a new story. And I just remember I was sleeping and my eyes opened and I could see her apparition. So now she did it in a different form, and an apparition where I could see through, but I could just see the outline of her. And then I felt her come onto the bed and try and, like sort of lay it beside me, and I felt the weight come on me. And then it sort of went off, and then she went to the end of the bed, and I had my hand out the bed, and I was like going, Mom, like, because I could see her, but it was like a clear liquid, but it was at her outline. And she's like, oh shit, you can see me, you know, and she had a certain accent, you know. And I'm like, yeah, I can, but don't worry, I won't tell anyone. You know, it was just sort of like, it was like we were conversing, but she was trying to be present but without being seen. But it's like, because my third eye or my kundalini had opened, it doesn't matter what she did, I just could see through that, and my eyes could just create the outline. And then it sort of ended, and it was quite funny. And then I got up, it was about 5 o'clock. I did my meditation, so this is real. And then it's really funny because I've got these, they're over there, but I've got these, they're sort of like AirPods, but they're the cheaper version. And I usually put them in my ear and I listen. And so then after my Reiki meditation, I finished it. And I'm just like laying in the bed going, oh, I just feel so blessed, you know, I'm so grateful. Thanks, Mum. Like, this is all in my head. And the funniest thing happened. As I pulled these things out, it says, you're welcome. And I'm like, what? Because I've never heard them speak to me before. It was so funny. And I'm just like, oh, yeah, okay. It was almost like she could hear my words and she was communicating through these AirPod things. And it actually said, you're welcome. And I was like, okay. So I put it away, but I've never heard it speak to me before. Like, I'm sure they have pre-programmed vocals, but it was just so like perfect timing. Like, it was synchronicity to a T. And I just smiled and went, oh, that's her, like, for sure. Just saying, you're welcome. So yeah, so I just noticed, like, in the last 2 weeks, there's definitely been a shift with the Kundalini having that awakening. But that dream, like I said, I don't feel it was like a dream. It felt like we just met in the astral realm in beautiful 3D, like, or even 5D, let's say, because it was just pure love in that moment. And I just feel so blessed and grateful. And I, you know, if I get that once, you know, every few months, that's enough for me. Like, I'm happy to see her in that way. You know, I don't have to see her every day, but if I can meet her in that sort of positive way, then it's a blessing. So that's what's been happening in the last 2 weeks since the Kundalini. And I feel really good. I haven't noticed any symptoms or side effects. I just feel very vibrant. So everything is going quite well, which is good. So I think today I'm just really feeling blessed and grateful. And I thought, well, you know, it's the 11/11. It'd be nice to just do some sort of light codes, see what comes through as a clearing. And, you know, if anyone gets anything out of it for themselves, that would be good. But, you know, I wish all of you can experience this in your lifetime. You know, it's such a beautiful experience when you feel energy from inside of you, and then you start to realize, wow, I really am not this human body. I am this beautiful ball of energy, and this body is just, you know, the costume that you're wearing. You know, there's more to you. There's this beautiful spirit, this light being that is just pulsating. And I hope that you all get to experience in some way or form, even if it's not through the Kundalini, but through some sort of energy healing, because it's so powerful. You know, there's nothing more for me to say, but let's see if I can just sort of get in the zone, and I'll see what comes through. My presence, come out of the Oshototorbaranda hahartimita korma ahashototorko ahashototoruma ahashototorma ahashototora katora amekatakorkotoma ashototorma ashototekero oma ashototormi karagoto hamanta ashototorma ashototorkuto mareketekorma ashota ushatarma ashototorma ah orektakara oshatarma ashototorma ashototorma ahashotara Oshatarama marekitakoturama ashatatoroko omaha. Oshatatarama. Oshototorma ikatara o aitatarama ashatata ashototormo ikatara ashotomaha ashotoho. Oshototorma ika amashata marekitakorkorma ashatakarama ashatotormaha. Shatatarma ashatakarkorsha mahashototorkika amahashoto amarakatoho. Oshatarma ikarama ashoto amikita a oshatarma a moha hishoto ha hishota ma hishoto ha aishoto tarama ikata hoshatama ashoto mikita ha hohamata harama hishoto ashoto tarma kita a marakoto o marakitake oshoto tarma ashitarima hishoto tarma ha yuhu harama himata o karma ashoto taramikita ashoto umarakita korama ashoto tarma ha yoto tarma ha Ukarama marakitakorama ashatatarama hahishotatarama kitakorama asha. Ostatarma ashotoroki kamarakata o maratekirikota ma ashitatarma ashatatarma a. Ostatarma katataroma ashatatarma kitakorkota ma ashatakorma ashatama a. Oshatama o maraka. Ashatatarkema ashatakorgo. Ostatarma. Ashutatarmikitaro o amarakatakorma ashatatarma ashutatarmikita amarakitakarga. Oh, ashatatarmakitakorakata. Oshatatarma eko amakata amarakitakorka ama ashata ama himota ho. Ashutatarmi ama hayutoto amaka aptema ohisoto ama. Ako ome kita kerukutaka amashita toro oshatama a okapa ai mete ko amashata homa ai to to minda ai to to pahama ashuto homa ashuto ko ama ai to children, oh you must see that all this is changing for the better. You must see that time is changing and no need to be scared. Ashota Hawaii, Soto Rakota, Ayama Fatasha. Ashota Ma Aiko Ama Hashota Hashoto Ma Aikata Iko Amitata Hishoto Ho. Akotoma Aistaka Amaka Ashota Tarma Heko Unja Shohomaha. Washota Torkutama Hita or Markatakashoto Hara. Shatatama Ia Totoa. Washota Torketako Ashotama. Tatama no hayo toto mahita amarekita kote shetama o shetatarama okota ama haishoto o mahita o shetama ika o shetata amekete kora o shetama o shetama haino kota o mahita ka maha Ashatakareket korama ashatakareket Oh, shatatarma hayakatakarekatarma aikatakarekatarma. Oh, shatarma ikarakorma ashatakarema ashatakarekuto marakatikatakora hashatarma. Oh, shatarma ashatakarekutokorma ashatatarma ashatakarma. Thank you. I'm coming back from the 8th dimension back into the 3rd dimension. Now show me. So, I shuffled the Kuan Yin and I drew this one, which is my favorite number. It is the sound of the fierce flute. Let's see what it says. 29. Okay. Discernment. empowers you to make choices that are aligned with your spiritual intentions. Let a fierce sounding flute cutting through all vibrations with purity and intent. Your discernment allows you to stay true to your values and spiritual destiny without getting caught up in distraction. If you wish to grow spiritually through love, joy, and peace and abundance, then discerning between higher and low vibration choices is helpful. It is wise to be accepting of all life and not to judge people or situations as good or bad. Some are more pleasant than others, and yet sometimes a challenge can turn out to bring us great growth and opportunity, which in turn becomes a blessing. However, this does not mean that we are wise to abandon the power of choice. We can use our discernment to be guided on our path to the most joyful, uplifting, and helpful experiences for our soul growth. Discernment is not judgment. It does not render some things better or worse than others. It is the power of selection based on desire or intention. If we intend to grow through joy and adventure rather than fear or suffering, then we can use our discernment to make choices that feel expansive and uplifting, rather than constrictive or draining. Discernment is necessary in all realms of life, from the physical to the spiritual, from the sort of lifestyle we choose to lead to the people we choose to spend time with, all the ways we spend most of our time, even the kinds of spiritual energies that invoke discerning choices help us craft our reality. A wise use of discernment helps us to be truthful, clear, and accurate in all perception. Like the fierce flute cutting through all vibrations, discernment shatters illusions and gets to the truth of a matter, right to the essence. With truth, there are no nasty surprises later on, and if they are, we can deal with them swiftly and use them for growth with minimal suffering. We can ascertain what is real and what is false. This inner knowing informs our choices so that we seek out those people, places, opportunities, and experiences that feel aligned with love. And then our life path becomes one of the greater joy and well-being. Your discerning powers are growing, and you are capable of greatest discernment when you listen to your heart and able to let go of fear and shame, which can cloud your perception. This oracle has come to you because you are in need of seeing a situation in your life from your heart rather than from appearances. Don't be afraid to trust your own vision. Beloved, it will help you to live your truth and to take care of your soul. This is a nice affirmation. I now give myself permission to make choices that feel aligned with my deepest intentions. I forgive myself for any time I have not made choices that support my deepest intentions. I forgive others who have held me back, even without meaning to do so. And I now choose to be discerning in my choices so I can create my life experience as I most desire and intend it to be. I call on Kuan Yin to sound her fierce flute so that I may shatter illusion and discern truth. So be it. And this is the prayer. Dearest Kuan Yin, who sees from the highest perspective and knows the truth in all situations, please help me to discern the best possible choices available to me. Bless me with the awareness I need to make choices that support my deepest desires this lifetime. May my spiritual intentions be blessed and manifest. Help me see beyond illusion, beloved, into the deeper truth of matters. Sound your flute, so fierce with love and compassion and clarity now. Om Mani Padme Hum. And that is a beautiful message for many of those that are still struggling and feeling a bit unsettled with the situation in Melbourne and Victoria. There's a lot going on. There's, the prospective pandemic law that could get passed in next week. There is now this deep medical apartheid that is happening with this vax and unvax and where we can go and where we can't go and where we can eat, where we can't eat. And it's just interesting times, but I keep reminding myself, I asked to come in. I asked to be, this is my contract. I asked for this ride. So I'm not feeling sorry for myself. I know that, I chose to be born in this era, in this time. But it's a full-on game. It is like a Squid Game. I've never even watched the show, but it feels like it right now. It's like you're just trying to find ways to rise above and this is where discernment comes in. You can either just say, oh, it's not fair, and get really grumpy about it, or just go, well, how am I feeling right now? Is it affecting me right now? What can I do to change my mindset, to see the positive, see the growth, see the lesson, and move forward, rather than grumble and sit in misery and suffering. So it'll be interesting another 2 weeks when I do another video to see what is the outcome. But until then, enjoy this 11/11 beautiful manifestation day. May the blessings and love and light, and may all the abundance and wellness come to you all, and I shall catch up with you soon. Namaste.